Everything okay with you guys?
Yes! This must be the entrance to the temple. How long do you think it'll take to repair the engine?
Oh, it's more complicated than it seemed. You shouldn't wait for me.
Ooh, how exciting! A sunken temple full of danger and adventure, a lost artefact, and we are the valiant treasure hunters hot on the trail.
Listen, Wilbur, you did really well in Seastone, but this is different. Things could get really dangerous here. I'd prefer if you stayed out of this.
But...
I'll call you if I need you, okay?
But...
He's gonna hate me for that. But I'd rather have an insulted gnome to deal with than a dead one. A snapped branch, presumably from one of the trees up there. Strange vegetation here. Normally these sorts of plants and trees are more likely to be found in the south. A branch slightly over a metre long. A brave little chap, but I don't think he's grasped what's going on here. One of the paving stones is broken. You can see the earth under it. The earth is hard and dry. How did that fish get here? Maybe a seabird left it.
Or it was a flying fish.
Right.
They do exist. Grandad's squadron was called the Flying Hellfish.
I'll just take one bone. You never know when a small, sharp, curved thing might come in handy. The sea swallowed the temple and the artefact of divine fate. If everything goes well, we'll claim it back again today. The sea swallowed the temple and the Captain Bonnet can get water up from the sea with a bucket whilst the airship's still in flight. But I don't have a clue what he does with it after that. He certainly doesn't wash with it. Human ropes are so primitive. They get dirty, they rot, and they break. I'd better not stand on that. Looks unsafe. Those are fire fairies. They're very rare. I haven't seen any for 200 years. Fire fairies consist of pure fire. They have to gather nectar the whole day to maintain their flame. I'd better not stand on that. Looks unsafe. The bee's nest is definitely inhabited. There are bees buzzing around all over the place and they're fighting the fire fairies for the nectar. I'm supposed to reach into the bee's nest and steal the honey while the bees are still in the nest. Forget it. I've also got nothing to put the honey in. 4 little alcoves positioned around the entrance. There are strange symbols under each alcove which I can't read. Under those are words in the old language. Creature of the air is how I'd translate this. This must be the entrance to the temple. In the past, it must have been a side entrance or something. The actual temple with the main entrance has sunk into the ocean. I hope the connection to it's still intact behind this door. Creature of the earth is written there. Creature of fire is written under this alcove. This alcove has creature of water written on it. I can manage perfectly well on my own, and if I need gnome help, then I know where he's sulking. I can manage perfectly. The bucket's half full of water. Those are fire fairies. They're very rare. I haven't seen any for 200 years. Captain Bonnet? Are you quite sure that you're repairing that airship?
Sure. Why wouldn't I be?
It's raining breadcrumbs. Don't tell me that we took that detour yesterday solely to get your bread rolls.
What are you implying?
So it was just incompetence. I thought as much. Did you intend to throw the jar at my head? Hello? Oh. It's a good feeling to have Cheep Cheep on my side, but it helps when one doesn't constantly have to cope with his reproachful looks. Hello, Cheep Cheep. Can't you help me somehow? I don't know either. Fly reconnaissance missions, find another entrance to the temple, push Captain Bonnet off the ship?
Why is the bird allowed to help when I'm not?
Cheep Cheep can look after himself.
So can I? I am a certified mage.
Really? Then why don't you magic the door open for us? There are 4 little alcoves by the entrance, and Creature of the Air is written under one of them. Well, I just wondered if you could perhaps go into the alcove for a bit. Oh, get out of here, it's not a trap. Female intuition. Oh well, I'll fill the other alcoves first, and then we can talk again, okay? Maybe you could help me to get at the honey in the bee's nest. Perhaps you could distract them. You can fly so much better than them. Quick, while Cheep Cheep's distracting the bees. There isn't much honey in the glass and it's covered in bits of honeycomb, but there's enough for a sandwich. There's not much honey in the jar and what's there's covered in bits of honeycomb, but there's enough for a sandwich. This could work. The intellectual capacities of fairies are completely overrated. Come on, lovely honey. I've gotcha. I'll leave the lid open slightly so the fairy can breathe. The earth is sucking the water up like a sponge. Something's moving in the earth. There are worms. The water's enticed them up. I'll take a few before they disappear again. A small, sharp and curved fishbone. I've tied the fishbone to the end of the string. I've tied the rope to the stick, and at the end of the rope the fishbone acts as a hook. just missing the bait now. That gives me a fully functional fishing rod. This is the second fishing rod I've built for myself in the last 2 days. Hey, Wilbur, could you give me a hand?
Of course.
Can you catch a fish for me?
I never fished before. I'm from the mountains.
It's very simple and completely safe. Come here.
And now?
Now you cast the line and wait for a fish to bite.
I should...
Just throw it in. What the...
How do you know if a fish is bitten?
Oh,
One's bit!
that's great.
And now, what next?
You go and stand next to Cheep Cheep again. I'll call you if I need any more help.
Okay.
I'll put the fish into the bucket. At least it'll have a bit of water in there. The fish that Wilbur caught and I lugged up here is swimming around in the water. Hello, Cheep Cheep. There are 4 little alcoves by the entrance, and Creature of the Air is written under one of them. Well, I just wondered if you could perhaps go into the alcove for a bit. Oh, get out of here, it's not a trap. Female intuition. Oh well, I'll fill the other alcoves first, and then we can talk again, okay? There are 4 little alcoves by the entrance. Well, I just wondered if you could... Oh, get out of here, it's not a... Female intuition. Oh well, I'll fill the other alcoves first, and then we can talk again, okay? See you, Cheep Cheep. This is the alcove for the Creature of Air. Creature of the Earth is written there. I'll place several Creatures of the Earth into the alcove. This alcove has Creature of Water written on it. There's no doubt that the fish is a creature of water. Creature of Fire is written under this alcove. I think one could call this little beastie a creature of fire. Hello, Cheep Cheep. You are the only thing missing. A creature of the air. Now come on, please, just sit in the alcove. There you are. No trap. However, the door isn't opening either. Perhaps one has to... Cheep! Hello? Cheep Cheep! Thank the gods you're okay. It can't have been that bad. Oh, very well, but not the whole lot in one go. See you, Cheep Cheep.